Good morning. My name is Derek Tsuyoshi, and I will be your chairperson for today's service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? First, we will have Sudra chanting. Please join in the reading of Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by Juseige on page 23 in the Little Book, and page 93 in the Big Book. Now we'll have Gatha, I am a link in the golden chain in the second page of the yellow Gatha book, followed by the golden chain located on page 2 in the little book and page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1. The golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong, and will be kind and gentle to every living thing, and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Now we will have a guest, a Dharma lesson. Rinban Sakamoto will now introduce our guest speaker.
Good morning. It's good to see all of you here for this morning's service, and for those of you joining us on YouTube. I'm glad you're able to join us. This morning we're really fortunate to have two ministerial candidates joining us for this morning's service. Reverend Torii and Reverend Sato. Both are in a training program currently at the Jodo Shinshu Center, and they join us here this morning for our service. And again, we're very fortunate. I don't think very many other temples have this opportunity to hear from both of these minister trainees. But for our Dharma school service, we will have a Dharma lesson from Reverend Yurika Torii, if you would say so. Yukari. Okay. I have my notes, but it's not here. My notes are somewhere. So I apologize. Sensei, sumimasen. So if you would please listen carefully to Sensei's presentation. Onegaishimasu.
let me begin with Kansho and Nembutsu. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Yukari Torii. Thank you, Sakamoto sensei, for introducing me. And as he said, I'm now visiting the United States for the program, training program, to be an overseas minister like Mikame sensei. And so today, I would like to talk about gratitude. Okay, what is the upcoming holiday we have this month? Do you know? Yes, thank you, Thanksgiving, thank you. So do you like Thanksgiving? You do? I do too. Lots of food and lots of fun with families and friends. So do you know why we celebrate this holiday, Thanksgiving? It's a day giving thanks for the blessing of the harvest. It originates from the period when the Pilgrim Fathers came from England and established this country, the United States. They celebrated the Thanksgiving with Native Americans because Native Americans had helped the Pilgrim Fathers get through the previous winter by giving them food. We cannot survive without food. We all need food to live. So do you actually say thanks to food when you have a meal? I am from Japan, and we Japanese say itadakimasu before meal. Have anyone heard about this Japanese phrase? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So do you know what it means? We say itadakimasu right before having a meal. It means thank you, to show respect and gratitude to all who is involved with your meal. Then, to whom are we telling thank you? Can you think of anything? We say thank you to your cook who prepared the meal. Could be your mom or dad, or grandma or grandpa, or your sister or brother. And to farmers who grow vegetables and who raise domestic animals. And to say thank you to fishermen. And we say thank you to plant and pig, cattle, and fish themselves. So have you ever thought about where your food comes from? Meat and fish used to be living creatures before they end up on your plate. Plants, like fruit and vegetables, were alive too at one time. We eat the food which are plants and animals that give their life. What's more, we receive the blessing of nature. We live on the earth, which provides nourishment to all the plants, and they grow thanks to sun and rain. We need to eat in order to keep our life alive. We are receiving life from the food when we eat. All creatures on this planet, including us, the human beings, depends on each other to live. We are all interconnected, mutually related, and interdependent, or we could say reliant one another. And some of them become our food along with numerous causes and conditions. And now I'd like to share a poem called Big Catch by Japanese poet Misuzu Kaneko from the early 20th century. It goes, at sunrise, glorious sunrise, it's a big catch of sardines. On the beach, it's like a festival. But in the sea, they will hold funerals for the tens of thousands of dead. So for whom will they hold funerals? Sardines are mourning their friends that were called to be our food. We are consuming precious life of other creatures to live. We cannot live without food, which is life of our friends that live on the same planet, the Earth. So it is important to remember that all creatures on this planet depend on each other to live. So we feel deep gratitude and respect for our meals and show our gratitude by saying itadakimasu every time before a meal. So itadakimasu is such a wonderful word, isn't it? So I hope that you grasp what itadakimasu means and recall sometimes when you have a meal. I wouldn't say to do like every time. Okay? So shall we close this Dharma talk with Gassho and Nembutsu? Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. 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 Thank you very much. Let me.
Thank you to Reverend Torii. We will now have Gatha farewell on page 45, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the little book and page 15 in the big book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namu Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda.
Thank you to Reverend Torii and to the organist, Mrs. Jones. Are there any announcements?
Well, Mr. Moss is coming up. Next week is our Eshinni Kakushinni service at our 10:10 service. The Dharma school message next week will be given by our minister assistant, Ms. Tanabe, who is making arrangements actually for the Eshinni Kakushinni service. So we look forward to that, to hearing from Ms. Tanabe. And our guest speaker for the Eshinni Kakushinni service will be Reverend Candice Shibata from the Stockton Buddhist Temple, and she'll be joining us virtually.
Good morning. Two announcements. One is the junior choir is we're going to have an information meeting after Dharma school, so I think 10 minutes after the hour. So we'll be there to answer your questions that parents might have, and if we get enough kids, we'll sing a couple of gathas. So that's one. Number two is that Emmy needs help. You know who Emmy is? Okay, she's the lady that's outside. She's out there running the Open Door Cafe. And we need help on just setting things up or just being there as well. So if you can help out, go see her and tell her what you can do. And I know all of you can help. So do your little part and help her out. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry.
Good morning. I've been here before, but I will announce it again to remind you that the FBWA 2024 Conference Committee is trying to raise funds for that conference. So our first fundraiser is coming up soon. It is on Friday, November 18th. I will have some of these flyers on the first pew, so if you want to, you can pick it up. It's online, so you have to go and pick the Panda Express that's closest to you. And there's a code that's on there, and you have to put that code in, and then we will receive 28% of the sales. So we hope that you will all participate in this fundraiser for FBWA. Thank you.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested and are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service, or to visit the Open Door Cafe outside. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Good job. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
See you later. How you doing? Still standing. So. Good. That's a good sign. job. Good morning.
Thank you, very nice sermon. Good to see you again.
See ya.
Bye.
Are you gonna go with us?
No. Oh. Thanks, but no.
We might have our own meat menu. Good morning.
Can I get this too? The permission to be recorded.
That probably goes into our office.
Probably. Someone, well, I don't know. Should I give it to you?
Yeah, well, you
Should I give it to Deborah?
Well, yeah, that'll probably.
Or Eric, maybe?
Or even what's his name? That's at the
Eric?
desk
Is it
this
Eric?
morning.
Okay.
No, it's not.
No, it's Richard.
Yeah.
Okay. No, why did I ask? I'm good. Thank you.
I can be helpful sometimes.
Thank you.
Good morning. Bye.
Okay.
Arigato. You ready? Okay.
Okay, good morning. I'm Kevin Kitagawa, and I'll be your chairperson for today. Before we begin this morning's service, just a reminder that there will be, we ask that there be no food or drinks in the hondo here, and also please turn off your cell phones if you have them on. Okay, thank you. Do we have any new guests or visitors that would like to introduce themselves today? Okay, well, welcome for today's service. We'll begin this morning's service with opening meditation, followed by sutra chanting, Sanbutsuge, which in the large service book is going to be on page 77, okay, or in the Dharma school book, the smaller one, on page 22. Okay, please rise for the Gatha Shinran Sama, which is in the large service book on page 240, or page 86 in the Dharma School service book. Please remain standing for the three treasures, which today we'll be doing in the Dharma School book, the little book, which will be on page 3.
If you would please join in the reading of the three treasures in the Gatha book, Dharma School Gatha book, on page 3. So you're going to look at this one, this little one. And we're going to adjust this as well. So you have to kind of, so I'm not trying to make things hard, but Actually, we use the same, our plan is to eventually collate all of these into one. So, in this, the third stanza, verse in where we read together is, I take refuge in Sangha, right? That's the third one we read together. And in this verse, we want to we want to kind of be appropriate in how we use our language. And so we're changing this from, may we all together become units in a true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Okay? Okay, all right. Hard is it to be born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One? Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in San. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you. Please be seated. This morning we're very fortunate to have two students from the International Minister Orientation Program join us here this morning. For our Dharma School message, we were able to hear a message from Yukari Torii. I didn't have my notes during the morning's the Dharma School service, and so okay, so the Reverend Torii joined us, gave the Dharma message this morning, and we are also joined by Hiroya Sato. Reverend Sato is also a student, and he will give our message for the 10:10 service. We're very fortunate to have both of them here for our Dharma messages this morning. I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. I think we have enough time, but just to talk a little bit about Torii Sensei, and I'll read from the script that Mikame Sensei prepared. So originally from Gunma, north of Tokyo, and went to school there up through high school. During senior year in high school, she spent a year in Florida as an exchange student. And then she studied film history and theory at Waseda University in Tokyo, and Czech film history in Prague, the Czech Republic, for a year during her undergraduate years. She likes watching performing arts, films, overseas TV series, sci-fi, mystery. Oh, sci-fi. I didn't see that sci-fi. Okay, we can talk about that later. Suspense, reading, doing Pilates. Oh, we have Pilates people here. Playing with cats, learning new things, interested in philosophy, anthropology, religious studies, folklore, studies, mythology, spiritual care, and those kinds of things. Along with the Dharma, I would like to share the joy and the relief I attained by Amida's working with people around the world. Looking forward to sharing with you. And this is Sato Sensei's, what was prepared for Sato Sensei. He is from Kagoshima Prefecture in Kyushu, Japan. So that's a very, the end of Kyushu. From Kyushu is just across to, from Kagoshima, is that where Roma, Sakamoto? Ah, okay. Saigo Takamori. Ryoma Sakamoto was, no.
He was from Portugal.
Different place. Yeah, okay. Well, not all Sakamotos. I was really surprised. There's actually a town of Sakamoto on Biwa, on the other side of. So if you happen to be in Japan, go visit my town. It's on Biwako, on the other side of Hiezan from Kyoto. Anyway, so Sensei is from Kagoshima. He grew up at his family temple, and the temple was built about 60 years ago, so relatively new. One of the newer temples in the area. There is also a nursery school, much like our Lotus preschool, that began 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, the main hall was renovated. Graduated from Yukoku University, Department of Literature, with a major in Buddhism. At the time, I also learned about the overseas missionary work of Jodo Shinshu. Graduated from Gonshiki Shidosho, a school of Jodo Shinshu liturgy, and learned the manners and etiquette of rituals and ceremonies in Jodo Shinshu tradition, and how to play a tube instrument, hosho. やっぱり保証と書いてあります。ちゃんと。which is used in Gagaku. It's not up here, huh? ここにないね。章がある。保証？この章？ Oh, wow. So you play 章。Very difficult instrument. You have to have a brazier, huh? Yeah, brazier next to you while you're playing. And it's ceramic on the bottom, and then reed the instrument. And so, this is going to throw our YouTube people off. It's this instrument here. It's probably one of the most characteristic of the Gagaku instruments. It has a very ethereal sound to it. But they say that show players, live short lives because they have to blow so much. So, but in order to continue, to play the instrument, you have to keep it warm. And so there's an actual brazier next to you that you warm the instrument on and that you play. Oh, now that I know what this hosho is, sugoi. Yeah. And what else? Okay, so I'm adding too much to this. Nagaku adorning rituals and ceremonies with a beautiful solemn music. Yeah, it is really ethereal in its sound. I'm grateful to be able to join this teaching as a minister and wish to share this joy with as much as possible. So, Sato sensei, お願いします。はい、どうぞ。
Hello everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Hiroya Sato. I'm coming from Kagoshima Prefecture, Kyushu, Japan. Yes. Do you have something question? Okay. I'm reading this paper. I already prepared these services. I came from the international orientation program called IMOP. We now stay in Berkeley. Already 2 months passed, and only 2 weeks already lingered. So I have to go 2 weeks later go back to Japan. Just now, I little bit get English, but my English so little bit. My native is of course Japanese. I can speak Japanese well, but I cannot speak English not good. So I have to read the paper. So everybody, today I will talk about my past experience at the Honganji at Jodo Shinshu teaching of peace. Everybody please join me in Gassho. May there be peace in the world, and may the Buddha's teaching spread. Naman Dabutsu, Naman Dabutsu, Naman Dabutsu, Naman Dabutsu. This quote are Shinran Shonin's words, and were used at Shinran Shonin's 750th anniversary memorial services in Kyoto. The memorial services was 10 years ago already. I feel that time has passed so quickly. Have you ever been to Kyoto to visit our mother temple, Nishi Honganji, the head organization of Jodo Shinshu? Yeah or not? Yeah, okay. If you have not been there yet, I would recommend a trip to Kyoto. Probably some Sanbutsuge members will be going to the 800th anniversary services of the establishment of Jodo Shinshu and Shinran Shonin 800th birthday service in Kyoto on May 10, 2023. Yeah. Many BCA members will be going to Kyoto. If you are interested, everybody should ask Sanbutsuge temple staff about the service. When I was 24 or 25 years old, I was a student of the Ritual and Rituology school at the Honganji. The year before Shinran Shonin's 700th memorial services. At that time, I tried to attend every morning service at the Honganji because my residence was just in front of the Honganji Amida-do gate. Amida-do, do you know Amida-do? Can you understand Amida-do? It's the hall of the Honganji. The Amida-do was the right side if you stand gate. The left side was the probably Goedo. Founders Hall. Yeah. Amida-do was the Amida Buddha's hall. Yeah. My residence was in front of just the Amida-do gate. My daily alarm clocks was the huge Honganji bonsho bell that I could hear every day at 5:30 or 6 a.m. And just at that time, the wooden gorgeous gate opened every day. 30 minutes later, the Kansho bell was rung. When the Kansho was finished, the services soon started to chant the Sanbutsuge in the Amida-do. I was woken up every day by this alarm and woke the Amida-do. The grateful Honganji members, leaders, and staff chanted together the Sanbutsuge. In the Amida-do, when we all stood up, walked the long corridor, and went to the Goedo, where we chanted the Shoshinge. This every morning service was my sanctuary of my religious life. I could feel the timelessness of the ancient structure that are centuries old. I could connect with my spiritual ancestors who also took refuge in front of the same Buddha or Shinran Shonin statue before me. I felt refreshed each morning that I attended. 11 months passed, and we are prepared to graduate from the ritual and ritualogy school. At that time, I was playing the gagaku instrument called sho for the graduation test. Suddenly, the hanging lamp from the ceiling swayed left to right slowly. At that time, I arrogantly thought that my playing the show was so nice that it caused an earthquake. But my boastful thought faded, and I was so worried when we watched the TV that night. I knew this was so incredible happening for Japan. It was the huge earthquake in the Tohoku area. It was far from Kyoto, more than 450 miles away, but we felt the earthquake in Kyoto. The earthquake caused a big tidal wave, but I could do nothing, only was able to watch on television. I considered what can I do about this terrible problem, but I had no answer. Finally, I just decided I would do my best every day in my work. The next month, we started the 750th memorial services at the Honganji. At that time, I understood the 3 seals of Buddhism which teach us that life is impermanence. Acknowledged before, I could not understand the true message of Shakyamuni Buddha. Buddhism's message teaches us that due to our ignorance of truth, of suchness, that our life will be destined for suffering. So we should hear the Buddhism message and prepare for our life. After this hit my head, I began to work as a Buddhist minister as I possible. The next month, I started to work over a local temple in Osaka. I was struggling with my life, and Honganji was just about to observe the 750th years anniversary services in Kyoto. The slogan was, "May there be peace in the world, and may the Buddha's teaching spread." I thought that I truly wanted to share this teaching of Shinran Shonin. I would reflect again on this slogan as BCA members will be going to Honganji on May 10, 2023. Shinran Shonin sustained his own life by Amida Buddha's great virtues. Our world sometimes presents unthinkable challenges for us. So we hope in the Pure Land that it's so brilliant and perfect bliss. And I want to hope that this world will be a peace and the Buddha's teaching be a guide for us for our lives. Thank you for listening. ナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツ。
Okay, thank you very much for your Dharma message, Sato Sensei. Okay. Now, I'd like you to please rise for Gatha Ondokusan II, which will be on page 220 in the large service book, and on page 76 in the Dharma School service book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you. Please be seated.
Okay, are there any announcements?
Well, Sumi is coming up. I think she's going to announce next week's services, which is a Shinni Kakushini service. But she will be our speaker for the morning service. And the following week, not next week, but the following week, the Thanksgiving weekend, I believe that's the 27th, will be a family service only. So it's a 10 o'clock service, not the 9:30, not the 10:10 service, but a 10 o'clock service on the 27th. So if you show up at 9:30, you'll be too early. If you show up 9:10, you'll be late. So 10 o'clock service on the 27th. I want to thank, okay, Sumi is here.
So this coming Friday is our fundraiser for the FBWA 2024 conference. So we would like your support. Give the cook of your family a break and go online to Panda Express Friday, November 18th. Or anytime before then, you could go online. And then you have to put in that code so that FBWA conference would get the credit. And we receive 28% of the orders. So again, and Kevin put the flyer in the Facebook and also the Betsuin website. So that's where you could go to pick up. And are they all gone? Nope. There's some flyers here as you go through. You can pick up, it'll be right here on the front. So we appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Next week's service, the Shin Kakushini service, our guest speaker will be Reverend Candace Shibata of the Stockton Buddhist Temple. She will be speaking virtually, but during the 10:10 service next week, Reverend Shibata will be our speaker. And as I mentioned, Ms. Tanabe Sumi will be our speaker for the Dharma School service. And next week is the 10:10 service at Shiniko service. I want to thank Sato Sensei and Torii Sensei for joining us and presenting two wonderful Dharma messages on peace and on gratitude. Thank you very much. So important to our understanding and our relationship to the world around us, we can only continue as human beings if we are able to be grateful for the things that we are experiencing and to be at peace is something that is truly important. Thank you very much, everyone, for your presence here this morning, and thank you to our YouTube visitors as well. Thank you very much for joining us today. As we close, will you please join in Gassho and Nembutsu? Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you very much, everyone. Please come forward for shoko. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, thanks.
そうです。That's why they're talking about Kagoshima. Yeah, right. そうでした。Your parents from Kagoshima.
I don't know the.
Oh yeah, no worries. Oh yeah. Me, so you are second generation?
Their own dialect.
I'm born here.
Oh yeah.
But my parents used to speak Kagoshima.
Kagoshima.
I understand.
Oh yeah.
Oral language.
Welcome to Sensei. Sensei's been my very good friend. Yes. Yes. Well, welcome to Sensei. Yes. Okay.
Nice to see you.
Sensei. Thank you.
I haven't met Sensei. So.
鳥居さん、フィリス。
Nice to meet you. I should have came at the 9:30. I didn't. I'm so used to just coming to this service.
We have another service, a Japanese service today.
You do?
Yeah, she does.
She's going to give us service.
Oh, which I don't understand.
Yeah, please stay.
Okay. So you're going to start pretty soon then?
Yeah, please stay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll stay.
Thank you.
Even though I don't understand.
No.
Oh,
So nice. Twin.
Thank you, Michael.
Hi, thank you.
So,
We gotta start that.
so for Japanese language service, do you want to leave everything as it is? Okay.
Rinban, do you put everything away?
Yes.
Okay.
No, so we'll be fine. So we have Japanese language now.
Oh, you're
So
going to do
just
that one?
leave
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Sumi.
じゃあ、それに、ダルマトークの。そうですね、はい。はいはいはい。そうそうそう。
はようございます。はい、今日も今月も、三の瀬別の日本語の講座にお参りくださいましてありがとうございます。寒くなってきましたね。本当に暖かくして皆さんお過ごしください。今日はですね、日本からゲストの方がお二人、来ておられますので、後ほどまたご紹介させていただきますけれども、はい、させていただきます。サービスの、流れをね、説明させていただきます。最初に三部城というお務めをいたします。この大きなブックをお持ちの方はですね、三部城はちょっと待ってくださいね。三部城ありました。24ページ、25ページですね。これは聞いていただくだけでも構いません。で、その次に重生下お務めが、93ページお務めさせていただきます。もしよろしかったら同じというふうにね書いてあるところから一緒にお務めしていただければと思います。はい、では、三部城と重生下お務めさせていただきます。 ざいます。そうしましたら、三帰依文のね、拝読をさせていただきます。三帰依文はこの、来三文ですね。三帰依文、来三文は、この大きなサービスブックの7ページにありますので、皆さんは、週一堂のところからもしよろしかったらご一緒に拝読してください。三帰依文。人参受けがたし、今すでに浮く。仏法聞きがたし、今すでに聞く。好み根性に向かってどせずんば、さらにいずれの章に向かってか好みをどせん。大衆もろともに、私心に参謀に帰依し立てまつるべし。自ら仏に帰依し立てまつる。まさに願わくば主情とともに、大道を大義して無常意を起こさん。自ら法に帰依し立てまつる。まさに願わくば主情とともに、深く胸像に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自ら僧に帰依し立てまつる。まさに願わくば主情とともに、大衆を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人人未明の方は百千万号にも相合うことかたし、我今検問し授事することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てまつらん。ナマンダーブツナンマンダーブツナンマンダーブツナンマンダーブツ。はい、ありがとうございます。今日はね、先ほどお伝えした通り、ゲストが日本から来てくださっております。私は開教師というね立場で日本から浄土真宗本願寺派のね本部があるんですけど、そこからね派遣されてここに開教師として来てるんですね。その開教師になるために、やっぱりねこの文化とか、いろいろお寺の様子とかもね知っていくっていうのとても大切ですので、3ヶ月ほどねバークレーでねそこで滞在して、いろいろ研修をしたりですね、お寺にこうやって訪問してご法話をさせていただくという研修をねしているわけなんです。その研修生でお二人日本から来てくださっております。お一人が、男性が佐藤さんですね。佐藤さんは鹿児島県のご出身でありまして、お寺も鹿児島にあるということで、比較的ね若い60年、ね、お寺が建って60年なんですかね。はい、でそばに、保育園もあるということで、うちのこの三之瀬のお寺とちょっと似ている構造だと思いますけれども、そして龍谷大学を卒業されて、先ほど英語のサービスでは鐘が吹けるよっていうふうに、鐘っていうねあそこの欄間のところにあるんですけれども、こうなんていうか竹でできてるんですかね、温めながらこう吹く、すごく何とも言えない、もう本当にお浄土の世界をね表しているような素晴らしい音色をね、難しいらしいんですけども、それが聞けるということでして、はい、素晴らしい方です。はい、もう一人が、鳥居さんですね。本日、お話をねしていただくんですけども、鳥居さんは、群馬県のご出身でありまして、高校までそこで、過ごされて、そして、フロリダにね1年間留学されているということで素晴らしいですね。はい、そして、大学は早稲田大学でヒストリーとティオリーフィルムヒストリーとシオリーをですね、映画歴史と理論ですかね、を勉強されたということですね。そしてチェコでも留学されていたっていうねインターナショナルな方であります。はい、今日はね鳥居さんに日本語のお話をしていただきますので、どうぞ皆さんでご注文させていただきましょう。はい、お願いいたします。
ソコンの共有をさせていただきます。それでは合唱とお念仏で始めさせていただきます。ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ。はい、皆様ようこそのお参りでございます。おはようございます。三亀先生に先ほどご紹介いただきました鳥居ゆかりと申します。で、ご紹介いただきましたように、この9月から開教師という三亀先生のように海外のお寺でお勤めをするための研修アイモップという研修に参加させていただいております。で、生まれは群馬県で、大学からこれまではずっと東京で暮らしております。で、お寺のね生まれではないんですけれども、ご縁がいただきまして、広島県のお寺に所属させていただいて、お坊さんの資格をいただきました。で、アメリカでは三亀先生ご紹介くださったように、基本的にはバークレーにあります浄土真宗の研修施設で滞在して、でいろいろなねお寺に訪問してお参りさせていただいて、であとは先生方、いろんなお坊さんの先生方にこちらの伝道の仕方を教えていただいております。で、本当に毎日たくさん学びが多くてありがたいなと思っております。で、アメリカでのこの研修が始まってもう本当に早いもので、もう2ヶ月が過ぎまして、残すところもあと2週間足らずといったところで、あります。で、9月からね、9月の初めにバークレーに着きましたけれども、到着してからのね数日間でとても衝撃的なニュースをお耳にしました。それがですね、こちらエリザベス女王のねお亡くなりになったということです。で、到着してから数日間は新しい方とのねお会いするのがすごくもう忙しくて、ニュースも全くチェックしておりませんでした。で、女王がね亡くなったっていうことも2日ほど経ってから知りました。で、その後エリザベス女王のねことを調べて、ちょっとネットとかねニュースを見ていきますと、インターネットとか新聞でその女王の、ね、人柄に触れて、ウィズダム、コンパッションとかカインドネスの方であったという表現がとても多く見られました。例えばこの左側ですね、カナダのトルド首相とか、右側のインドのモディ首相とかが追悼のメッセージで女王がウィズダムとかコンパッションの方であったというふうに表現されておられます。で、ウィズダム、知恵とかコンパッション、慈悲というと、浄土真宗の教えを聞かせていただいている私たちにはとても馴染みのある言葉ではないかなと思います。こちらにねいらっしゃる阿弥陀様は知恵と慈悲の仏様というふうに私たちは聞かせていただいております。で、今日は阿弥陀様のお慈悲ということをどういうことなのかなということをエリザベス女王のお話を通して伺っていけたらなと思います。このエリザベス女王が慈悲を体現していたお方だという表現を見て思い出した話がありました。これは私がもうすごく前に聞いたお話なんですけれども、昔ですね、小さな国の大統領がイギリスを訪れる機会があったそうです。 で日中は首相とねお会いしてお話をして、夜は、晩餐会、女王が主催するホストをする晩餐会に参加をされたそうです。でイギリスは世界一テーブルマナーがうるさい国というふうに言われております。そしてエリザベス女王と同じテーブルでお食事をねするなんて、その小さい国の大統領はもうどれだけ緊張したことでしょうか。もし私がそのようなねエリザベス女王とお食事をね同じテーブルでするということがあったならば、おそらくもう緊張でご飯をおいしくいただけないと思います。皆様はねいかがでしょうか。緊張せずにね召し上がっていただけますでしょうか。で大統領はそういうね心配もありましたので、自分の国でテーブルマナーの練習をしてきたそうです。でそのため晩餐会は滞りなく進んできまして、これで一安心かなと思ったところで事件が起きました。大統領がですね、それまで見たことのなかったフィンガーボールがテーブルに運ばれてきたそうです。これね、手を洗うためのボール、水の入ったボールですけれども、大統領はそれを知りませんでした。これなんだろうと思ってちょっとね迷って、それからこれを手に取ってフィンガーボールから水を飲んでしまったそうですでもうその場にいるみんながねハッとして、この人は水をフィンガーボールから飲んでしまったけれども、これは教えた方がいいのだろうか、いやでもそうすると大統領に恥をかかせてしまうかもしれない、どうするべきかというふうに、もうみんなが頭をね悩ませただと思います。でそんな皆さんのちょっと慌てた様子を目にして、その大統領も自分が失敗をしてしまったのだというふうに気づいたことだと思います。でその時エリザベス女王はどうされたかというと、ご自分もフィンガーボールを手に取ってそこからお水を飲んだそうです。自分のねマナー、知っているマナーとか他人の間違いを指摘するのではなくて、ご一緒にお水をね大統領と同じように飲まれたということで、この話をねちょっと一瞬聞くと、エリザベス女王とご飯を一緒にいただく機会のあった小さな国の大統領のかわいそうな失敗のお話というふうに聞こえるかもしれませんけれども、私はこのお話から慈悲ということが伺えるのではないかなというふうに思います。でエリザベス女王は失敗した人を責めるのではなくて、一緒にご自身も失敗してあげておられます。ね、正しいマナーがあるからそれに従うように一方的に相手に求めるのではなくて、相手に合わせて相手の状態のところに自ら近づいていくというのが慈悲の形であるのではないかなと思います。で阿弥陀様が願って私たちがいただく、この命を終えた後にいただくね悟りというのは一如の悟りというふうに言われております。その一如の悟りには、救う阿弥陀様と救われる私たちが一つになる、自分と他者、他の人とのね区別がない、そういった救うものと救われるものが一つになるということを意味しています。こちらにねいらっしゃる阿弥陀様と同じ悟りをいただく、それが阿弥陀様が私たちにかけられた 私たちへの願いです。私たちはね、阿弥陀様のことを阿弥陀如来様というふうにも言うのを聞いたことね、あるかもしれません。で、如来様の如来とは、如より来たる仏様という意味です。で、すべてがつながり合っている領域、それが一如。その一如から現れ出て、私たちのところへね、阿弥陀様の方から近づいてきてくださっている仏様です。これがもし如だけであったならば、どこかも高いところで私たちを見下ろしているだけなのかもしれません。阿弥陀様はもう私たち全てがつながり合っているということを悟られました。で、あなたたちが苦しんでいるのも知っています。だからあなたたち自分で私のところまで来てください。私は上から見てます。そういうふうにはおっしゃらないのではないでしょうか。で、阿弥陀様は阿弥陀如来様です。すべての命は一つながりであって、そういったことを悟られて苦しんでいる私たちがいるならば、私たち一人一人のところへ降りてきてくださって、私が必ずあなたを苦しみのない状態、悟りの境地に連れて行きます。私と共に歩みましょう。そう言って私たちと、ね、毎日共に私たちのこの命の旅をご一緒してくださる。そうであるから、阿弥陀如来、如から如より来たる仏様というふうに言われます。このようなね、阿弥陀様のお慈悲について、親鸞上人はお歌を残してくださっておられます。最後にこのお歌、親鸞上人のお歌をご紹介したいと思います。如来の左岸を尋ねれば、苦悩の右情を捨てずして、エコーを主と下まいて、大悲心をは成就せり。覚えて帰らなくて大丈夫です。最後にテストはないので、はい、安心してください。で、これはね、どういう意味かと言いますと、阿弥陀様の願いのもとをたどっていけば、苦しんで悩む私たちがいる、そのことに気づいてくださって、それを阿弥陀様がご自身の苦しみとしてくださった。そんな私たち一人一人を残さず必ず救うまでは、私は悟りを開きません。そう誓われました。そして実際にその願いは私たちに届いて、南無阿弥陀仏という声となって私たちの口から出てきてくださっておられます。そして私たちの命を導いてくださっておられます。あれをしたら救います。これができたら救います。そういった条件をつけることなく、相手に合わせて本当の下ってきてくださるのが本当の悟りを得た仏様、阿弥陀様の阿弥陀如来様の優しさ、お慈悲ではないでしょうか。今朝もね、皆様すでに南無阿弥陀仏と何度かお唱えされているかと思います。私たちが南無阿弥陀仏をお唱えするとき、すでに阿弥陀様が、南無阿弥陀仏が私たちに届いてくださっておられて、阿弥陀様がご一緒してくださいます。そしてその南無阿弥陀仏をいただいて、私がこの命を終えて悟りを開いたら、私も相手に合わせて下っていけるようになる。そしてこの世に残された大切な誰か、そしてすべての命、すべての苦しみ悩む者たちを救うお手伝いができる。そのような命の目標をいただいて、安心して そこへ向かっていける喜びを皆様と分かち合っていきたいなと思っております。それではご一緒に合唱を念仏して終わりにいたしましょう。ナムアミダ仏、ナマンダー、ナマンダー、ナマンダー、ナマンダー。ありがとうございました。共有をちょっと停止します。
鳥居先生ありがとうございました。とても温かいお話でしたね。私がエリザベス女王だったら間違ってるよって多分言っちゃうだろうなと思うんですけど、ね、そうやって間違いを指摘せずに同じ立場でね共にあるっていう優しさってすごい素敵やなと思いました。はい、ありがとうございます。これでね本日の、日本語のご講座を閉じさせていただきます。次回は12月にね12月の11日日曜日にまた11時頃にさせていただきますので温かい格好でまたお越しいただければと思います。この日本語講座は毎月第2日曜日にやっております。同じように11時からしておりますので、もしよろしかったら日本語でお話が聞きたいっていう方がね、仏様のお話が聞きたいっていう方がお近くにおられるようでしたら、ご一緒にお誘い合わせの上でお参りいただければと思います。はい、ではこれで合唱礼拝で、閉じさせていただきます。ご一緒にお念仏申しましょう。ナマンダーウツナマンダーウツナマンダーウツナマンダーウツナマンダーウツナマンダーウツナマンダーウツ礼拝。お直りください。はい、ありがとうございました。